AfterBuzz TV, the destination for TV superfans, producing aftershows for over 300 of your favorite TV shows, interviewing celebrities and showrunners, and bringing you behind-the-scenes exclusives. All thanks to E! Entertainment's Maria Menounos, producer Kevin Undergaro, and internet leader Akamai. Now, let the buzz begin!
Drunk in love. Oh, baby. I think that was the wrong part. Hey guys, everybody out there, anybody that's new, welcome. We're really excited to bring this show to you today. So we are on season 1, episode 7 of Kocktails with Khloe, and it is titled Drunk in Love, hence the song that's going on.
One of my favorite songs ever.
Is it really?
Yes.
Not mine. I don't like
really?
it. It just goes with the flow here.
Whatevs.
All right, so let's jump into this right away. We have some guests today. They're not as big as the guests that we've had before.
Right.
So, you know, it's okay. We still got this good show. So we have Lisa Rinna. Tell me I said that right?
Yes.
Correct me if I don't say them right, because
Yeah.
I'm terrible with pronouncing names. But so Lisa Rinna, she's actually 52 years old. She's an actress, reality star of The Real Housewives of Beverly Hills. I don't really consider her an actress, but you know. So we have her, and they're hanging out on the couch, and they started talking about. We'll get into the other guests as it goes along of who is there and stuff. So basically, they started talking about how Khloe and her ex James
Harden. James Harden.
Wrote it down wrong. James Harden. I've been good with this. Houston basketball player, so see, I know that. So, what do you guys think about their conversation with that and the whole relationship that Khloe had with him and all the drama that went down, because I know that he cheated on her and she was super upset. What do you guys think about all that?
I think she was pretty open and honest about it, which was cool. I mean, there was speculations he cheated on her and everything, and she confirmed it, saying that she has the receipts to prove it.
I know.
Sorry, guys.
Down.
I totally forgot to introduce us.
Oh, no, it's okay.
How did I do that? I think because we have so much
There's a lot to cover.
I was just oh my god. Okay, I'm Justine, and you can find me on Twitter at Justine DiVanna 3 and on Instagram at Let's Face It with Justine. I've never done that before. So
No.
sorry, guys.
Hi guys, I'm Dakota T. Jones. You can follow me on Instagram, Twitter, and YouTube at Mr. Dakota T. Jones.
And I'm Laila Sandry. You can find me on Instagram and Twitter at Laila Sandry.
Hi everybody, I'm Samantha Benitz. You can find me on Instagram and Twitter at Samantha_Benitz.
And actually, before we get in, I wanted to mention it for everybody that's watching it right now.
Yes.
I did an amazing hairstyle that
Do a side profile.
Maria, our one and only girl, Maria Menounos, she actually did was it last year or the year before? So this was from the Academy Awards. I actually did the hairstyle she did this year and then kind of turned it into this updo. So definitely check that out. It's going to be up hopefully tomorrow. I still have to upload ours, Layla. My computer's been really, really, really not working. So just wanted
Oscar looks on their way.
Yeah.
I'm just going to say it looks amazing. I want that hairstyle.
She did such a great job.
Oh, thank you.
You really did.
Well, let's just jump back right into it, and I know that you were talking about everything.
Yeah, Khloe and James Harden. I honestly personally didn't really like the two of them together. I never really saw it. I was just She does dive into the whole French Montana thing also, and just why she's not with them. But I think at the heart of all of it, she just is still in love with Lamar.
I think that's the root of it.
And they're kind of going back to that. I think in the last episode, they were kind of talking about her relationship with Lamar, and she's just saying I love him. I'm still married, and yeah.
I think that's why I pronounce his name wrong, because I just feel like I don't know anything about him and their relationship. I feel like it was really fast. So I really didn't even.
And another basketball player, come on.
And I think also with the thing she was saying with he wanted to be monogamous, and then he decided he wasn't going to be monogamous. And I think it's one of those things where you're not friends. I feel like maybe they've squashed the beef, but it's only a matter of time until Kanye messes it up again. You know what I'm saying?
Oh, Kanye.
It's so crazy, but I am kind of glad that the Kardashians quote unquote, like bury the hatchet with her because it was getting old. Like, we get it, Amber. You used to be Kanye's ex. Can we get over it and can we move on?
Yeah,
But, I mean,
and she's been with Wiz, and she's also the mother of Wiz's child. So I feel like it's over, it's done with, and I can kind of see why at this point they'd want to squash it. But at the same time, it's a little too close for comfort for me personally. But hey, some people are totally down with being, friends with their current lover's ex, and more power to you, but yeah,
Couldn't
that
do
would
it.
be, yeah.
Well, they were
me
talking.
personally.
That whole started with the topic of the Twitter war. Like, have you ever been in a Twitter war? Because I guess Lisa Rinna was in a Twitter war with Yolanda Foster, who I'm not really too familiar with, that she was faking her Lyme
She's
disease.
Gigi Hadid's and Bella Hadid's mother.
Oh, okay.
Oh,
okay.
really?
Like, if she was faking her Lyme disease, like why? Like,
I
that's
don't
messed
think
up.
she would.
I don't
be
either.
personally.
Because if she was, I'd be messed up. But
I think what I think, and I don't know if it's true, is that Lisa Rinna and her have some like past beef, like from back in the day, from the circle of Beverly Hills or whatever Hollywood, and that she's just trying to like start something with her.
Yeah.
press.
Anything for press is pretty much what these people do.
Literally, that's exactly how they work.
Anyways.
And now we have Marlon Yates and Marlon Yates Jr. Sorry about that. He dates 41-year-old Shawnee O'Neal.
Yep.
Like pronouncing these guys, oh my god. And he basically, they started getting into their little prank calls. The last time on the show, they prank called Kendall prank called
Kim
about like being pregnant. So that one was pretty funny. So they prank called Jason Mitchell from the show, Straight Outta Compton. Yeah, so he's in that. And what did you guys think about that? Did you think it was
that
funny?
was the best?
I thought it was pretty funny.
Lisa was hilarious. Her and like Samantha and I were cracking up because there was a part where she's like, you couldn't really hear what the guy on the phone was saying. She's like, "What did he say? What did he say?" And she's like, "Yes, absolutely."
Exactly.
That's exactly what I'm saying, and it was just so funny because
you could tell there was a miscommunication, and she's like, precisely the 100% deal.
Lisa pretended she was, if you guys didn't see it yet, she pretends that she represents a Jerry curl company, and she wants
Juicy curl.
Juicy curl, and she wants Jason to be the spokesperson. And the fact that he just took that much time to talk to some random lady,
I would have hung
then
up.
he'd be like, "Call my publicist" or something. Like, what are you doing?
That was so funny. I love the name.
She's like, "First of all, I just want to say I'm honored to be on the phone with you." Like, she is funny. Like, she could be such a comedian.
She went in. I know she acted like she wasn't going to be good at it. I'm like, girl, you're a pro. You could do this full
I know.
time.
I think a couple of cocktails would never hurt.
Yeah.
Yeah, never heard anyone.
I love it. So then we had... Pronounce, please.
Glozell Green.
Glozell Green. I know I sound really stupid now, but like I did my research. I know who she is. It's just like the names. When you're not familiar with them, it's hard to pronounce them if you're not hearing them. You're just looking at it. So she comes in. They talk about some funny things. She did the ice bucket challenge, and she's actually a YouTube star. So I have it down here. She's a YouTube star. I had never heard of her before I looked into her. Since 2008, and she's known for her video interviews and about life and her song parodies. So she's pretty funny. I saw
she
it.
is hilarious. Have you seen her cinnamon challenge?
I
That
heard
was
it got
like-
like 40 million views
That
or
was
something
one of the
along
biggest videos that she
Yeah.
did, and she had like a huge spoonful of
I did that.
cinnamon, but then she got like a big ladle too, and
Wait,
she
to
like
find.
did that.
Oh, so she eats it.
So basically, like, you'd get like a big. I mean, you're supposed to do like a spoonful, but she
Don't
got
try
like
this at
a
home, kids.
No, don't. She got like a huge ladle of it. And she like put it in her mouth, and like apparently cinnamon you can't stand to have in your mouth.
Have you guys done it?
No.
Okay, this is the feeling. It is the
I love that
weirdest.
you've done it.
Yeah, of course I would.
Yeah.
It's the weirdest feeling because you're like, it's so dry that as you try, like, it's almost like you can't breathe because as you're trying to swallow it, it's so dry and gets kind of stuck that you cough. Oh my god, I'm not able to breathe without it. It's the weirdest feeling ever.
That's crazy. I put a lot of cinnamon in my coffee, but no, I've never
But
taken
taking
a
it
spoonful.
straight,
Oh,
yeah.
cinnamon in your coffee. I've never tried that.
It's good.
I like cinnamon on my toast. Cinnamon swirl toast with a little cinnamon
So
sugar and
good.
butter.
Oh, girl,
That
that's what I
is
used
so
to have
good.
for
And you
breakfast.
Well, it speeds up your metabolism.
And you
There
can
you
make
go,
it
yeah.
healthy. You know what I mean? You could just do like I've done toast with just like cinnamon and it tastes good and
Yeah,
it's
there's
healthy.
health benefits I've heard. I forget exactly what they are as far as cinnamon
Speeds your
goes.
metabolism up, and it's anti-inflammatory.
There we go.
Wow, well,
So
there
did
you
you
go.
guys know who she was?
Yes.
I didn't.
I didn't either.
Really?
I saw her before, but I didn't recognize the actual name. Or
I'm
anything
really
like that.
surprised, guys. Like, she is huge right now.
That's what
Well,
she's been huge.
me.
We were talking about that like when we were watching the show. Like how do these people have so many like she has 4 million followers. Like unless you're really into like YouTube. I mean,
exactly.
I don't know a lot of YouTube
and you
stars.
follow certain stars. Like I feel like I do follow YouTubers, but only a certain few.
Only
just
a
the
certain
ones
few,
I
yeah.
kind of like see some, and then I'll find their friends, and then I kind of go down the chain. So it's
and
like that.
and at least like actresses, singers,
Right.
I mean, for the most part, everyone knows them. There's so many. There's probably more
Right.
YouTubers than actresses and singers and stuff. So people are more. It's like you don't hear of them because there's so many. But it baffles me that I look and I'm like 4 million followers. Like, what?
Yeah, and Glozell Green was saying that there's more YouTubers on the Forbes list than actors. Like they make more money than actors, and she kind of broke it down a little bit on how they make money, and I just found it really interesting.
That's what I was gonna get into. You want to get into it?
Yeah, let's do it.
Yeah, so that's always something a lot of people have misconceptions about it. They think that you get paid like per view, but supposedly that's not how it is. It's usually like if you click on like an ad that sponsored them, and also just people sponsoring them, like different companies that are like, oh, I want to work with you because I see your stuff.
Brand placement.
Yeah. So I mean, damn, that must be nice.
And then also people watch seeing you, putting yourself out there, and they book you for stuff like, hey, come in for this audition, or we want you to host this or whatever. So yeah, I mean, the platform's there.
Yeah, I mean, we've got into it before that a lot of times these YouTubers, they're so used to being by themselves, not having to deal with the production, teleprompter, like anything, that they're so used to just being themselves that a lot of them can't. Not saying all of them, a lot of them can't transition into TV.
Oh, I know.
Film.
Yeah.
They can't
We
do
saw
it.
that
You're
with
right.
Jenna Marbles
Yeah,
on
but I feel like
Kocktails with Khloe.
Glozell Green is the opposite of that. I think she would be in a movie, stand up. She said
great
she
at
did
stand-up.
stand up. She said she did stand up. So I think like if you go into it like you do stand up or you are an actor and you want to put yourself out there, then that's the perfect platform.
Yeah, and you can hone your talents by choosing to do like certain type of skits and stuff. And I also thought it was cool that she didn't even have to talk about the brand placement that she did. Basically, you can put like a Coke in the background, not even mention it, as long as it's there and visible with the label in the front. Then
And it's so
you're good
funny.
to go.
Speaking of that, Kylie.
You get paid
Yeah.
a lot for that.
Paid.
Kylie posted a photo I think today or yesterday, and it was basically she was like at a zoo or something, and you could see there was like a cage, and then behind the bars was a puma, and she was kind of bent down, and she had on her pumas, and it was Puma versus Puma, and she just like tagged the shoe brand in the photo, like she didn't say anything
And she
about
gets
it.
paid for that?
And she gets paid so much.
It goes back to a couple weeks ago. Remember I had that like story about her possibly being like spokesperson for Puma,
Right.
And that like they're in competition with Kanye's Yeezy, so like she was gonna turn it down. And there's all this Twitter stuff he was putting out that she'll never have never be a
And
Puma.
she's over there like,
So
whoops, I already signed the deal.
Yeah, I mean it was like a multi-million-dollar deal, so I don't blame her.
I heard that Kim gets, I mean, literally like $25,000 a tweet. So it's like, and also they get paid for doing nothing. So you post this picture, and then you get paid months later because of the picture, and then there's me struggling like, what? I want that. What the hell? I'm like, come on, I need to pay my rent.
One
like,
day, just keep going for it.
God, I hope so.
It's so funny. I'm sponsored by this teeth whitening company, and basically
Which teeth whitening company?
it's called White with Style.
Wow.
And so like I literally,
want that.
oh my gosh, literally it's so cool.
Ooh.
I get free teeth whitening.
That's awesome.
And then like all I have to do is just post photos. Like at first it was like once every week or something, and now it's like once every few weeks. Whoops, I forgot I'm actually supposed to post one. I didn't post it yesterday. Anyway, so
Oh, well, they're getting a shout out right now.
I know.
Are they looking for more people? I want
I
that.
don't know. Seriously, like I'll give you their information.
Yeah, right.
It's really cool, and honestly, like
Networking at
all
its
you have to do
finest.
is just be holding it, and like honestly, like I'm not even kidding. Like that helped out with like a large portion of my rent one month.
Wow.
Like it's they.
From people, but from
Yeah, you
people
just like have a
buying it.
coupon code, and like people have to use your coupon code at the checkout,
Wow.
and like,
You have a lot of more followers than me.
but still, like you should try it out. It's awesome.
Very cool.
really cool.
So our next guest, Kirk Fox, and he comes in and talks about his new movie, Rush Hour. I don't know if you guys have seen it.
I haven't seen I'm sorry, I haven't seen the show. I've seen the movie, the original movie.
I got to, yeah. That's what I mean. That's the one that I was thinking of. Is I was like, oh, Rush Hour. There was. That
I
was
think
a
it's a
while ago.
CBS
Yeah.
show.
It's
Yeah.
a spinoff on
Show,
the movie.
that's what I meant. Yeah. I've heard of that like a long time ago, and I don't know why he started talking about pedophiles and sex offenders.
Oh, yeah,
like
he was
literally
like-
so
because
random.
he said he always plays them.
Yeah.
He always gets cast normally as one.
Stereotyped and typecasted.
And it was so funny because Glozell, she was just like, yeah, you do look like one. Like, she is
I love
very
how
daring.
honest.
She's like, yep, you do look like one.
He was he was just awkwardly creepily. He's like that comic, he plays that role that's just like, oh, I don't know about you.
I was really surprised. I looked him up on Instagram because Khloe tagged him in a photo, and he's only got like maybe almost 2,000 followers, like not even 2,000 followers. And I'm like,
wow.
I know we were talking and we were like, wow.
I'm like, I more than that.
Maybe he's maybe not like super into social media. Sometimes it's different. Like like Rob Kardashian posts like 6 pictures and has like 4 million followers, but then he's also a lot
of gossip and news.
But I mean, I'm glad that she was honest, because he was super honest about like how he didn't want to get married and how he married Clint Eastwood. Why can't I talk today? Clint Eastwood's daughter, only because she reminded him of Clint, and then vice versa. Then she said that she just reminded married him because this tongue twister, because it reminded her of her dad. Like, that's weird.
That's so creepy. But they said it was a Vegas wedding, like a spur of the moment, like drunk crazy Vegas wedding. Could like, would you guys like, I don't know, like, would you ever just like, I mean, who marries someone in Vegas?
Like, I hope not.
If Kylie Jenner wanted to like get married in Vegas, I'd have no question.
Kylie, you know where to find Dakota.
I know. I would be like, you know what, you can have me. I'm all yours.
Wow.
But like, does that make him like? Does that
not like that?
Does that make him like guys? Because he's like, well, you remind me of Clint.
No, it's just no. He's an actor, and Clint Eastwood's like God to actors. Like, so you know, it's like, I want to be in the family.
Yeah, right. And a filmmaker too. Yeah, he's just renowned and awesome. So I can see why, you know, anyone would strive to be near him. But at the same time, I'm like, poor girl. Like, you got up in the mix of that. But at the same time, I'm sure she's happy knowing the circumstance that they parted ways.
But he said he's with a new fiance now.
You know, it's kind of weird. He's like, who is she? She's a woman.
She's a CPA.
She's a woman, and I'm like, wow, like just say your wife's name, and then after a while, I was like, oh yeah, her name is.
Yeah, and she was what, 27?
29 or
29.
Yeah. And he's, I forget.
And then Glozell was like, you must have a lot of money.
He's like, or something else.
He didn't seem too into her. Like, he was just like, yeah, I'm married, but engaged, but I don't want to be. I'm like, oh.
I feel like that was his like whole persona, though, kind of about everything.
It's like, I'm sure she's in the green room or like watching at home, like, really? Like,
and that can't be true that no man wants to get married. I'm like, that is a big stereotype.
I want to get married.
Yeah. I guarantee there's so many out there, and not everybody's just pressured into the situation.
What did you think when Marlon Yates Jr. was like, oh yeah, like, I don't believe in marriage, I think it's stupid?
I was just about to get into that.
I was surprised.
What do you think of that? Like, I honestly was, I was like, really? Like,
well, he is 27.
I know, but...
And he said he doesn't want to get involved with someone that doesn't like threesomes.
That was so shallow.
Or anti-threesome.
Yeah.
I honestly think that's shallow. It's like, if you're gonna be with your wife, it should be you and your wife. You shouldn't like make her feel like, oh well, we have to have threesomes or I'm out. It's like, what kind of a relationship is that? Like, honestly, I'm not trying to dog on him, but he honestly he did not impress me.
Yeah, I mean, it was interesting because a lot of his attitudes and like thoughts were very reflective of a 27-year-old man, but a lot of them also, he did seem mature for his age too with a lot of things. I was kind of like, he was like contradicting himself almost in a way.
Yeah,
I know.
In different regards. I mean, he is dating Shawnee O'Neal, who was Shaq's ex-wife, and she was also on Basketball Wives, there it is. And she's 41, and they've been together for 6 years. So, I mean, as long as they're happy with their situation, that works. But yeah, I'm the same as far as if I didn't have the same end goal with my partner, then I wouldn't, you know, that would work.
I think she knows what she's getting, too. Like, she's been married, she has 5 kids, she has this, like, hot, young, 20-something-year-old, like,
forget it.
I feel like people in Hollywood just don't last. And, like, literally, I'm not saying all, but... I mean, it just seems like the majority, they date and they get like, they don't last. And I think that when you're in the public eye, it is so much harder because it's like, as much as you're like, oh, don't listen to tabloids, you're like, oh, well, why are they saying that? Did you cheat on me? Blah, blah, blah. And that's why I have so much respect for Maria and Kevin here that own AfterBuzz, because they've been together how many years? Like,
they've been together a long time.
I mean, over 10.
Like, over 10 years.
Yeah.
I think like over 15 years, actually.
Yeah, I was gonna say, but I just know it's definitely over 10. And I mean, it's because they're both from Boston, so they met, and I think it was before they were like, you know, well known, and it was like they're East Coasters. I mean, like, I'm an East Coaster, and I know that, like,
and they support each other. Every interview I see with the two of them, I like fall more in love with their love. They're so cute.
I'm jealous.
Yeah, he literally supports her career, and she is right there with him all the time, like, and he is always helping, and she's always helping, and their contributions together make them last.
Yeah.
And that's
I love that.
That's a little of the difference too. Like it's different two actors dating each other, or two people that are like super well known, like Brad and Angelina, which they're, I mean, that doesn't make sense because they're still together, but typically that dynamic doesn't work as much.
It's hard. I mean, you have to fully like understand the other person and really kind of support them and be there for like the bad and the good, and not believe the BS.
Yeah, you got to be dedicated on both sides and like get through the thick and thin. So it's just people give up along the way. So I think that's kind of the difference between the ones that last and don't.
I think it's so cute. I was at a Khloé event, and Maria was there to interview Khloé, and then as she was leaving, like obviously the paparazzi was there, and Kevin just kind of like he like, the paparazzi were right there, and he just kind of moved to the side and like let them get their shots of her, and he kind of stood back really respectfully, and then he like helped her to the car, and I was just like, goals.
Yes,
relationship goals.
And I'm not kissing ass here because they're just literally.
So
I mean,
weird.
I just look at them and I'm like, I want the relationship, and I'm just like, oh my god, like so nice. They're, I mean, the nicest people, and just, I just want that relationship, like so bad.
We all do.
You can have it.
It's out there. It's just a living proof that it can happen.
Knowing what you
exactly.
want.
But the YouTuber, why do I say her name wrong? Oh my god, I sound so stupid. Jesus, I keep saying Glazille. Her, she's pregnant. She's due August 9th.
She's not pregnant, but she has a surrogate mom.
Yeah. She's a surrogate.
Yeah, that's what I meant. That's what I meant. Like, not that she's pregnant, but like, I don't know.
Right, they're expecting.
Yeah, like a lot of times that even if you have a surrogate, she's like, oh, like I'm pregnant. Like a lot of people say that just because it's like, I mean, they technically are, but like, it's their kid. But how do you guys feel about that? The whole surrogacy thing.
I think it's a wonderful option, you know, for people that can't get pregnant or they don't want to because their career or another reason that, you know, they cannot be pregnant at this time, then to have that availability with somebody else who also wants to have the experience of being pregnant. I think it's a beautiful thing, and I think it's like an amazing gift that, you know, is wonderful that we can utilize nowadays.
I think it's definitely great. I do wonder like how it feels for the woman carrying the child, like after the kid is born, like I feel like I would feel like, oh my gosh, that's my child.
Yeah,
like,
I mean, it's a mental, like physical, like attachment. Like it's got to be extremely hard to carry a baby for 9 months, and then it was in your body, you grew it, and then just hand it over. And then it's probably also hard for the mom that's getting the baby too. Like I didn't carry my own child, so I don't know. I mean, it's great, but
it's the eggs and like that are implanted in her and like the sperm. But does it? What I'm wondering, obviously, the cells of the surrogate mother, like obviously they're attached to the umbilical cord. So does that mean like it's technically 3 people's child,
no,
or
that's
is
a good
it
question.
just like?
That's weird. I never thought
I could
about
totally,
that.
because you're in someone else's body, so how could you not?
And you know everything they eat is going through you, and you're like connected. You know that your cells are the same. Like is it like, I guess technically all 3 of them are parents because they all contributed.
It's like, you hear about a lot of times like surrogate, like it's someone's like best friend or like family or something, like maybe, I don't know.
Would you guys do it?
I mean,
would
be a surrogate?
Oh. No, I guess not.
I mean, I don't think you would. But
I don't think so, honestly.
Would you?
Yeah, probably not. Just because I think it's going to be a hard enough time having my own.
If you weren't able to have,
a day,
right?
If you weren't able to have kids, would you like want a surrogate?
Yeah,
I would be
for sure. I just think that I'm too emotional to begin with. That like I'll be jealous. Like what? Now they're not mine really. Like I'd have like a mental breakdown. And then also
I want updates. You know, like how's the baby doing? You know, and I'm sure they stay in contact.
I wouldn't.
And like
want
being
updates,
but being a surrogate, I feel like for me, like this sounds like really messed up, but like you're going through you're getting fat, you're going through all the hormones, and just to be like here. Like I know you're doing a nice gesture, but geez,
they usually get paid too.
A lot. Yeah,
a lot.
A hefty sum.
Like
a hefty sum.
Like $1 million.
We'll leave it at that. No.
I don't know, but
it's
probably depends on whose baby it is, though.
True.
I don't know if I would do it though.
If it's a high-profile celebrity, I'm sure that they're getting paid very well
and taken care of too.
Yeah.
It's just a weird concept for me. It's like you go through all of the torture. Like I don't want to give birth to begin with. It's like
You hear the stories of like, I mean, we all have friends that have had babies and stuff, and you hear the stories of like what it actually does to your body like afterwards. Just like, no, like I totally agree with you. Like I wouldn't go through that for not
but
my own
it's
child.
amazing for those people who can. Like I all respect to them. Like the people who can carry a child and then give it away. Like that shows some real strength. Because
real selflessness, honestly.
Well, speaking of babies and surrogacy, I remember watching, I mean, Khloe's had a really hard time having kids for a really long time. And do you guys know if in the show, I can't remember if she said she'd be okay with that, or I don't think she's even able to like produce the eggs.
She wants kids so bad.
She'd be the best mother.
Yeah, she would be the best
of them.
mom. But yeah, I remember there was like one Keeping Up with the Kardashians episode, like where Kim, I think Kim was trying to convince her to freeze her eggs or something.
Yeah.
Or she froze her eggs and said, "Oh, they're for Khloe" or something.
Yeah.
It was
It's
a
so
while
sad.
ago, though. That's why I couldn't remember exactly how it went down. But I just know that, you know, she would be such a good mom, and it breaks my heart.
I mean, you know, she also, like, I feel like now she's so much healthier, physical, so that might actually help. And maybe she wasn't really taking care of herself that great before. And that could have been
You've
part
seen
of the
that.
problem.
I mean, I've heard of that happening where people will just not be successful in trying to get pregnant, and then years down the line, maybe even trying IVF or trying other ways, or just naturally years down the line, just boom, you're not pregnant. So it's just kind of one of those things.
I have like a relative who like they couldn't have kids, and then they went on a vacation to be like, you know what, like it'll all be okay. We're gonna go on vacation. And then they found out they were pregnant because they let loose and they were having fun and they were on vacation.
That makes sense.
And they were able to get pregnant.
And everything,
That's what happens.
I've been trying to think that everything happens for a reason. And like when you're in the moment, you're like, how is this for a reason? I want kids more than Kim didn't even think she was going to have kids until Kanye and stuff. And, you know, you think that, like I said, everything happens for a reason because she is now super healthy, and if she had it back then, Lamar's not healthy.
Look
like,
at what
it wouldn't have worked.
No, she'd be going through that with a child, which would have been awful.
Like even
It's
with
so
Lamar.
sad.
Well, they got into the whole Lamar and Khloe thing, which I think they do like almost every episode.
I know they have been.
What do you guys
Lately,
think
yeah.
about? What do you guys think about that whole conversation?
It's so sweet that Khloe is so selfless and can really just, you know, spend time right now focusing on Lamar. But I mean, I say this every time, like Lamar really has to get it together. He's got to like realize what he's gonna miss if he messes this up. He's been given a second chance, maybe even a third or fourth chance now, and that is very rare. So he needs to realize that and get on board.
Yeah, I think, I don't know if you guys probably caught it, but the part when Khloe actually said, I feel like that's like part of my purpose in life was to help him find his path. Everyone is on their own path.
Oh.
Like she literally did say, like, not like she saved his life. Like if she wasn't there, like I really don't think he would have made it. And you know, when you do go through something, I'm talking about Lamar, when you go through something that awful, like you should have been dead. You're this close to death. Like I hope that he just realizes.
And they've been going through their divorce for years now. I feel like definitely at least over 2 years, and they were 3 days away from it being complete. And you know, she struggled to get him to divorce her, and then now like 3 days before she canceled it. That way she could make medical decisions for him. That takes a lot.
Wow. To me, that like really showed Khloe's character in such a profound way. I read that and I was like, you know, I do not know this woman, but I am so thoroughly impressed and blown away that she would be there for somebody who hurt her, because that's very hard to do. When people, you know, hurt you to the core, afterwards it's difficult to go ahead and say, you know, I want to do what's best. But when it was a life or death decision, she was clearly by his side, and he picked a good woman, and I think that really showed it. And I'm sure Lamar is extremely grateful to have Khloe in his life, and vice versa. I think she's even grateful for the lessons that he's taught her.
I'm sure.
And you know, everyone makes mistakes, so hopefully they can just like move on from here in a positive way.
And that's what I was gonna say. You know, like it's different if you're completely like, I'm not saying like alcohol and drugs are an excuse, but you know, he was so far in that like it wasn't like he was sober and doing it because like whatever, I don't care about her. Like he probably doesn't even remember half the things he does, and so it's a little different, I think, the circumstances of why she's able to forgive him as much. But I mean, watching their show, I loved them. Like I literally loved them, and I just wish them the best. And you know, everything happens for a reason, so I'm hoping that all works out. So let's get into some news and gossip.
Yes.
Let's get into that. We got some good stuff this week.
Yes.
We do.
All right, who's starting?
I should start, I think,
Go for
just
it.
because the picture's up and ready.
You got it.
All right, guys. So on Monday, the Kardashian and Jenner clan got together for a movie night to see the new film, The Brothers Grimsby, which is Sacha Baron Cohen's new R-rated film, Courtney Cox was in attendance, her daughter Coco Arquette, as well as Sacha and his wife Isla Fisher. Also there was Kanye West and Corey Gamble.
And
which
that's the
Kris
picture
Jenner's.
that we have as all of them on the couch?
Correct.
That's awesome. That was a crazy movie night. Like all of Hollywood's biggest names were like in attendance, and I feel like it was at one of their houses.
It
so
was,
fun.
and it looked super cool. They also shared a video where they were literally cracking up at one of the scenes. They were all seated on a couch and just eating popcorn and literally
Do we have the
laughing out
video?
loud. Yes, so here's the clip.
What are we gonna watch?
Whose laugh is that?
That's Corey.
Oh, that's cool.
Oh,
love
where'd
it.
you get the clip?
That was on Instagram, actually. A little Insta
How'd
clip
you
right
send
there.
that? That's
I just sent the link over, and AfterBuzz got it going on.
That's what they do.
Yep.
That's so cool. I love that they incorporate that, and they are able to take things that usually people just release to the media,
Right.
and they put it on their apps, so people have to subscribe. They're very smart when it comes to business.
Oh yeah.
Yep.
They know how
So
to make
smart.
money.
Yes.
very smart.
And his movies are awesome. Like, I
gosh.
seriously have enjoyed all of them. Every time I go, I'm like, this is so bad, but it's so fun.
They're ridiculous, like so funny.
Do any of you have any of their apps?
I have Kylie's.
I have
Chloe's.
Oh yeah,
Chloe's.
I
You
love
don't have
Chloe's.
Chloe's.
Kylie's at all?
I'm getting ready. It's like renewing on March 10th, so I'm gonna switch over to Kylie for a month.
I mean, it's a lot of like beauty and
You know what I'm
fashion.
Switch it up.
It's a lot of beauty and fashion. I'm sure you're gonna like that.
I just love Kylie, so I think anything that has a video of her in it, I'll be good.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying?
Yep.
I like Chloe's because I'm super into like fitness. I like
Yeah.
her little fitness clips that she posts up on her app. So
And she also like does these giveaways where she's like, "Hey, 50 of my LA subscribers, if you've subscribed before this date, you have a chance to enter to win like to go like do like what are those Soul Cycle. So like 50
Yeah.
people get to go and do Soul Cycle, and she's doing another contest, and I'm like, one of these days I'm
love
gonna get
Soul
it.
Cycle.
You should do something like that. You said you knew someone that.
Yeah, I do. I
Maybe
have
we
a
could do that.
yeah. We might have a
Something
little
fitness.
fitness giveaway coming up.
That'd be awesome.
Fun.
So.
So what's
Who's
your
up?
news and gossip?
I have a little piece on Rob and Black China. I read that they were talking about possibly having their own reality show.
Oh my goodness.
And
He wants to be on camera now.
Yeah.
well, I'm sure he's being swayed and pushed by someone.
Yeah.
I'm not gonna
A little
say. I'm not gonna say
persuasion.
anything. But apparently, because he turned down filming for Keeping Up with the Kardashians. Like, there's a really not a chance that E would put that show on.
Yeah.
Not to say they couldn't go to another network possibly.
Yeah, they might be able to,
But
FYI
I mean,
or-
what do you guys think of a Rob and Black China?
No.
So interesting. Okay, I was
Boring.
looking at the comment section today about if they were actually to come on Cocktails with Khloe.
Oh,
and
wow.
everybody was saying, I would watch that episode. I haven't watched the show so
gosh.
far. I'm not interested, but if Black China and Rob came on, I'd be there.
I thought you meant
Literally,
ours.
there
I was
were-
like, what?
I mean,
No,
the
there were
ratings,
literally like
the
10
ratings,
commenting
the
that.
ratings would be insane,
Yeah.
and everyone would be talking about that show.
Right.
Wow.
It would make the rate so much
And you know how
higher.
Khloe says she doesn't have any bad feelings towards anyone, like people who've
She
wronged her or
loves
whatever.
Rob. Rob's
Like,
her.
I know she's kind of not
Relationship
friendly with.
everyone is amazing.
Yeah, I don't think her relationship with Blac Chyna is the best, but I mean, think about how much ratings she could get.
Ooh, and another interesting thing I just saw recently, since we're talking about Rob, is I saw an Instagram picture with Kylie, Kendall, and Adrienne Bailon, who
Oh,
was
yeah.
Rob's girlfriend.
I forgot about that.
Yeah.
I
so
used to
I'm like,
love them
oh.
together, Adrienne and Rob.
Exactly.
I love them.
Me too.
And they
And
had a
maybe
lot of
Adrienne
drama
and
and-
Kylie are bonding about Rob's recent decision. Not that I know,
Well,
but it may be a
Adrienne was always
conversation.
really close with their family after
Right.
they broke up too. So
I know.
A lot of people
They're
thought
close.
that
That's what I feel like.
she is that she's on the Real, on the panel on that show The Real, and she talks about how, I mean, I don't know, a lot of people accuse her of, just wanting to bring the Kardashian name up, because she does kind of bring it up a lot, so
On the show,
I don't know.
yeah.
But that's like her ex-boyfriend, and they had like a serious thing. So I'm
Yeah.
like, she has kind of rights.
they
to
live
mention it.
together.
Yeah.
Yeah, she had a tattoo on her butt, like on her back. that
They
said
both did,
Robert
yeah.
something Kardashian.
You know what I honestly think? Like after that was like the relationship that broke him. Like I feel like after that he just went downhill. He came up a little bit
He
with the
cheated.
Dancing with the Stars.
Yeah, it's like-
And he's all like upset.
And everyone blames her, and I don't think that's fair because she left a relationship where he cheated on her. So it's like, why
Yeah.
does everyone blame Adrienne? Like, she's just trying to live her life. and be with someone who's gonna treat her right. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah, I love her on the real.
Yes. Anyway, we have the next photo we have here is Kylie's new lip kit's gonna drop in probably less than a week. They just dropped one 2 days ago, and my friend wanted me to log on and try to snag her one. So we had like 3 computers out, and I got one.
That's a mission.
Wow.
So I got the
Dedication.
newest. I know. I got the newest shade called 22. It's like an
Ooh.
orange one, but these are the new shades. Some of them are old, but like the green one and the tan one, those are going to be new ones coming up.
Green, huh?
How much
Yeah.
does a single one go for?
No.
Single one goes for $28. After shipping and handling, it's $37. And
Wow.
That much.
That's pricey.
and I was gonna like sell it to my friend, but she actually was able to get 3
Yeah,
different
but you-
ones,
but-
and then her mom got 3 or 4 different ones.
Wait, hello, give it to me. I do makeup.
But they sold out in 7 minutes, and the site kept crashing, and the site crashed for 9 minutes. And so now that they all have them, I'm probably gonna like, I don't know, like either sell it to my friend or I'm probably
Wait,
going to
give
sell
Give
it.
it to me. I do makeup.
No, I know,
Justine might
but
kill you right
like,
now.
I am probably gonna sell it on eBay for like $100.
No, that's what I was saying. Like, I see people.
Sell it to me.
I see people like I saw that people are like buying them and selling them for like $150 on
Yeah.
eBay, and people are buying them.
See, like I could
Like-
use the little extra cash, so I'm thinking like if I sold it for a
No,
little more,
that's a
I'm
lucrative
sorry.
business.
I know, man. I would have bought 5 if I would have known that.
On the next release, if you want. Seriously.
That's the trick. So buy in bulk and sell for more.
No,
Yeah.
wait, don't do that.
I got you know what? I got the last little news and gossip. I don't have a picture for it because it's not a picture. I actually heard from a source which I can't name. I actually heard it's about their show that they are all like complete bitches, and basically a lot of the people that are working for them, you know, like on the show, the producers and just everyone that's there, they just like have them work straight on. They don't even like really offer them food or whatever, and that Kendall is the only one that will go out and be like, here guys, like I got you some food and stuff. So I heard that they're like really, this is what I heard, that they're not nice to their crew.
I could see that.
Wait,
I
who
could,
did you find this out from?
I can't tell you.
Like, is it a friend? Or just someone that you know?
Kind of. So like, I mean, you never know. What
But
to
they're
be.
probably
But-
getting paid all right. You're on the Kardashian camera crew.
But they-
like,
Yeah.
it's also an E show, and I'm sure E takes care of like their people.
Yeah.
And you know what's
Yeah.
funny is I've heard that Kendall is the one that's more like standoffish in a little bit, because like someone told me that at Sprinkles at the Grove, she'll literally go and be like, I'll have my usual, and then you know like the employee will be like, I'm sorry, what's your usual? And she's like, what I usually get.
What? See,
And-
everyone says something
Yeah,
different.
everyone says something different. You never know who's telling the truth or who's not. But
Yeah.
something else about Kendall really quick. She actually just did like a Vogue diary thing for a day where she had like the Vogue people follow her for a day, all of her activities throughout the day. And it showed her, she was actually topless and she had her hands over here. She was like doing a photo shoot. And it shows Kim walking into her photo shoot holding like 3 huge McDonald's bags, like bringing McDonald's to her shoot. And Kendall literally does, oh my gosh, Kim, and like exposes herself to her. And Kim says, I didn't know you had a nipple piercing.
Yeah,
So
she-
apparently she
yeah.
has a nipple
Yeah.
piercing, just one apparently.
That's been known.
That's been out there. Yeah,
Uh-huh.
So I didn't
Yeah.
know that at all, and like it was a huge deal in the news
She wore
recently.
sheer clothing for, I think it was Diane von Furstenberg's runway show for New York Fashion Week, and
When
then
was that
they
recently?
showed that was during New York Fashion Week, so
Okay.
it's a little bit ago. But nonetheless, she wore this sheer ensemble, and
Yeah.
you could see it right there. I'm like,
Really?
wow, I
talking
think
about
Kylie has one too. So
Yeah, I've heard
yeah, they're
Kylie
about
does.
those
They got
nipple piercings.
I could
Ouch.
never.
Ow.
I could
Yeah.
never lay there and be like, all right, get
Kendall's
me going.
so like I love her. She's such a supermodel. She's so rock and roll,
Yeah.
like supermodel,
love
like
it.
you know.
Yeah, that's kind of like cool.
Could
It's
you
an
guys
edge
ever
for
get
her.
nipple piercings or no?
No.
Could you ever get a nipple piercing?
I had
It
my
hurt so
belly
bad.
button pierced, and
Me
I was
too.
like
Yeah.
wanting to cry.
I
so.
was like laying down, like, oh my god, I'm pregnant. Like,
I've heard that they take like your belly button and they kind of pull it up and they have this curved needle and they just kind of like
Yeah,
push it
I
through.
did it. I
Yeah,
wouldn't look,
they
but
do.
I was just like, I feel like everyone's like, you're acting like you're pregnant. So I was like laying. I wouldn't like.
yeah, don't turn over and don't get it caught on anything
Oh,
or you.
gosh.
Yeah. Mm-mm.
Well, let's get into some predictions on who we think will be on the show. So you want to start off, Sam?
Sure.
Now, your
AfterBuzz TV.
I'm still hoping for a little Gigi Hadid, honestly. I'd like to see
Yes.
Cara Delevingne. I'd like to see Rob, even if Blac Chyna's not on. I'd like to see Caitlyn Jenner come on.
Oh, yeah,
I'm
that'd
trying
be
to
kinda
think
cool.
of any other artists. Like Drake would be awesome. I know that they hang out with him from time to time, and he like never makes any appearances. So
Yeah, I know.
that would be a dream for me.
Did you actually hear Khloé said something about Rob, like, oh, I'd like to have him on the show, but probably a season 2. But since our show has been extended now for 15 more episodes, and technically it's a season 2, maybe he'll come on.
Yeah, I'm still hoping we get an appearance from Kim. I think we will eventually.
I'm forgetting that she's not on.
She needs to be on, and I just think that I'd like to see Rihanna. I think that would be awesome.
That would be really cool.
Because she'd be getting drunk and like dancing and like doing crazy stuff. So yeah, I'd like to see the two of them.
Great.
Justin Bieber would be fun too.
That would be cool.
Yeah.
I think
I like those.
I would love to see Amber Rose come on.
Oh God!
Like, Amber Rose
and Kim, Amber Rose and Kim and Khloe.
Yes, and see what would happen. Just put them all in a room together.
And Kylie.
Yes.
Oh boy.
I'd like to see. How do you think about it, Justin? This is random. Britney Spears because I love her, and Miley.
Miley would be
I
awesome.
feel like she'd be fun. Like she'd be crazy.
She would
but
be
I feel
fun.
like people would be like, "Oh my God, you're having trash on the show," blah blah. But I think she'd be fun.
I think she'd be fun.
so
Yeah, she is
funny.
fun.
I would love it.
All right. So thank you guys so much for watching. Tell us where we can find you guys.
You can find me on Instagram and Twitter at Samantha_Benitz.
And you can find me on Instagram and Twitter at Laila Sandry.
Hi guys, you can follow me on Instagram, Twitter, and YouTube at Mr. Dakota T. Jones.
It sucks because mine are all different, so bear with me. You can find me on Twitter at Justine DiVanna 3. For whoever's listening, it's DIVANNA. You can find me on Instagram at Let's Face It with Justine, and on YouTube, Let's Face It. I'm going to comment in the comment section below. Hopefully my computer will start working again. I have a look that I did with Khloé Kardashian, look I did with Laila, and a look with Maria Menounos with Samantha, so hopefully
You're having a hard time with the names today.
I know.
It's all that popcorn you ate.
I know. Oh my God, so much popcorn. But again, thank you guys so much for watching. We really appreciate the nice comments. And for the not nice comments, it's okay. We're trying to love you.
We're still
God
trying.
bless the
But
haters.
it's okay. So again, we will see you next time on Cocktails with Khloe.
From executive producers Maria Menounos, Kevin Undergaro, Phil Svitek, and the entire AfterBuzz TV staff, we would like to thank you for listening to the AfterBuzz TV network. To watch or listen to other after shows and post comments or questions, be sure to visit AfterBuzzTV.com. I'm Sir Richard Wentworth, and this has been a presentation of AfterBuzz TV.
Buzz you later.
The views expressed herein are those of the hosts only and do not necessarily reflect the views of AfterBuzz TV or its owners or principals.